Happy New Evening Day.
Happy New Aquarian evening.
Thank you. Oh, it's been raining all day today.
Yeah, same as that. You gotta love the English weather, ain't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit like Britain here at the moment.
Well, where are you?
Portugal.
Portugal, okay.
West coast near Lisbon.
Okay, so is it like monsoon season there, or is it rain?
Oh no, it's not tropical. It's about 39 degrees north. So yeah, just it's the bit tagged on to Spain in the Iberian Peninsula, you know.
Yeah. So what's the temperature like? Like, is it warm?
Yeah, it's quite warm. It's like I think it was 14 degrees in the kitchen area.
Cool.
Because it's low cloud, and it's raining, and yeah, it's like kind of being in the clouds, you know. Because we get these sea mists here coming in off the ocean. Well, ocean mist actually. So the sea mist.
There you go. Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, it's great. It's great here, but it's nice because we do have a winter, and we do have the seasonal changes, especially. The bit where I am is like a microclimate, so it's quite different to the rest of Portugal, which is great because in the summer it's stinking hot everywhere else, but it's nice. It's just really nice here, so it's a good spot. Yeah. But yeah,
are you ready to do your thing, Angie?
I'm ready to do my thing.
Okay. We've got Everything is Magic. I thought it might be Witch Walk tonight.
Which talk or both? Which walk and talk or something like that.
Talk the witches walk.
Yeah, exactly. Or walk the witches talk.
The witch walk.
Witch walk.
Yes, where did she go?
Right,
I'm all queued up, Angie. Are you ready to do it?
Yes, I'm ready. As ready as I'll ever be.
I'll do the countdown, press the start button, and then it's over to you.
Cool.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, everybody. Whether you're watching on YouTube or on Holistic Radio, or you're listening back to the recording, welcome. So, the title, Witch Walk or Witch Talk or whatever it is, Witch Walk and Talk. Well, a witch walk, in case you don't know what a witch walk is the kind of walk where you don't have a plan and you are led by your intuition to places, people, things, experiences, with no real intention aside from following your intuition. Now, what is really interesting is as we were starting, I pulled 2 cards. One of them is intention. So I'll just show that in the group. This is quite mad. So we got intention. Let me get that. There we go. Is it going to take a photo? Yeah, my phone's a bit slow. What a surprise. And then we have the card initiation, which is really interesting. It's trying to upload it. I don't know what's going on with my internet today. It's all gone a bit weird. So, yeah, then we have the initiation card. So that's quite interesting. Those 2 cards coming out together. Intention and initiation. Just looking at the crystal on each one. So we got pyrite and phenacite, which is quite an interesting crystal. Pardon me. And sacred sites. So let's start the witch walk, shall we? The witch walk and talk. So intention. So let me just look that up, because I'm all about the etymology of words. So let's look up that word, shall we? The word intention. Intention. So if you want a really good place to go to look up words, it's Etym Online. It's really good. So let me just close that weird thing that's opened up there. No, I don't want to log in. Go away. Okay, so the word intention, late 14th century. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that old French. But intention, maybe. Yeah. Purpose, design, aim or object. Will, wish, desire, that which is intended. So intent, purpose, aspiration, will, thought. Also from Latin. Now here we go. A stretching out. Attention, effort, exertion. Interesting. So also to turn one's attention. Also Middle English, emotion, feelings, heart, mind, mental faculties, and understanding. Which is, the word intent is pretty much the same. Intentive, again, pretty much the same. So that's quite interesting. So I like this idea of something to stretch out. So if you set an intention, you are expecting that to fulfill itself over a period of time, which I find quite interesting. Because why can't an intention happen instantly? Well, I know it can. How do I know it can? Years ago, so this was 10 years ago, actually, 2016 this happened. I'd been having a bit of trouble with a wisdom tooth that was moving. You know what it's like. It is very painful, and this time it actually locked my jaw. So when I was eating my food, I had to put it on a teaspoon because I couldn't open my mouth because it had locked my jaw. The pain in my mouth had locked my jaw, and I'd had just about enough of it. It had been niggling for a long time, and then all of a sudden this happened. I'm like, right, that's it. I've had enough. I didn't deliberately think, right, I'm going to go in and I'm going to talk to my tooth and sort it out. I thought I was going to have a nap. So that's what I was intending to do. So my intention was to have a nap. Stretching out. Literally having a nap. But actually what happened was something very different. And this wasn't something I imagined. This was something that happened from somewhere else. And what happened is I went in and I saw what the problem was with the tooth that was moving, the wisdom tooth that was moving, and it was actually hitting one of my other teeth, which was causing the pain and the jaw to lock. So it must have been doing something to the nerve, which then affects the muscle, which then locked the jaw. So I went in, I saw what the problem was, and I told it in my Sergeant Major way to stop it. So it is, realign that tooth that was causing the issue, and don't bother me again. And when I woke up, or when I came out of this meditative state, no pain, my jaw had unlocked, And I can honestly say I haven't had a recurrence like that for a very long time. I did have a little bit of trouble with it last year. But again, it's you know, what is the intention when something like that comes back? So it came back as like a remnant almost, yeah, of what it had been before, because it wasn't nearly as bonkers, and it didn't last as long either, which I find quite interesting. So yeah, I really like this stretching out to turn one's attention. Everyone knows that kind of but you've also here got in Middle English emotion, feelings, heart, mind, mental faculties, understanding. So in that intention, even though I didn't intend to do that, my intention was to have a nap, something else happened there. And I think that happened because I've gone, right, that's enough. Enough already. I'm done with this. Which I suppose was the that was the intention coming from the heart, if you like. Yeah. Because no one enjoys that kind of pain unless they're very strange. So I know that intentions can fulfill pretty much instantly. Yeah. Because I wasn't in that meditative state for that long. I don't think it was any more than 10 minutes.
Your intention cleared the dizziness.
Yes.
And then there were remnants.
Yeah, and that remnant didn't come about until last year. So that's nearly 10 years. And we know that this stuff, if it's how I see like things that come up in the body as we're moving, especially with the crazy solar stuff. Oh my God, it's been happening, which is pushing stuff to the surface, literally. You know, it's coming out whether we want it to or not. Holy crap. Is that those remnants will always come to the surface. If it's not healed, I say healed, if it's not restored back to its proper frequency, then there's a remnant left. Does that make sense? And that will come to the surface when you get to a point, I would say, when things are and this is going to sound very strange, when things are more relaxed and peaceful, because that's when it can come to the surface, because there's nothing there stopping it. Yeah. So that sounds a bit weird. I know. But again, I have another example. So, you know, over the years, I've had different injuries to different parts of the body. Nothing broken until I broke my wrist in 2019, but that's another story. But I'd have, you know, all kinds of like dislocated this and that's, and, you know, problems with knees and feet and all sorts, and shoulders and necks. You know, not I've got more than one neck, but you know what I mean. And Ian the same, you know, because he used to play football when he was young, so lots of injuries and stuff. And so we get to a place. So this was, again, I think this was 2016. So there was a year of, I don't know what was going on in 2016. Apart from, I know there was an increase in neutrino emissions from the Antarctic. That much I do know. That was in a paper about neutrinos many years ago that I read. So that could be a factor. So think back to 2016. Were there things that were coming up for healing in 2016? There we go. That's a question for you. So yeah, in 2016, we kind of rethought how we sleep. So what we did is we changed our whole room around, so we had space on the floor for a mattress of amber and black mustard seed. So amber is piezoelectric, so it creates it's a bit like a grounding mat. Yeah, it has that kind of effect. Pardon me, I can't remember what black mustard seed do, but it's good. So we bought this very thin, it's very solid. It's not in any way, shape or form, when you first lay on it, it is not comfortable, yeah, at all. But what happens is, so with a bog standard mattress, it's the mattress that relaxes, but your body it's not your body that relaxes. I don't know if that makes sense. So when you sleep on a slightly more firm surface, your body learns to relax on that firm surface. So we had that from when we used to go camping, is we'd find it really difficult. It'd take like 2 or 3 nights to adjust to that kind of sleeping on a very thin air mattress, you know, on the ground. And it would take 2 or 3 nights to adjust to that. And we're like, well, but we'd sleep better. It's like, well, something's going on here. What is it? So yeah, we came up with this, you know, this thin mattress. And what happened? Oh my goodness, because it was a prolonged period of time we were sleeping on this amber and black mustard seed mattress, which we still have actually, and we do because of Ian's surgery he had on his spine. He bless him, he couldn't have slept on that. So we have like these very thin, like futon-y mattresses on the top of it, but we still have that amber and black mustard seed mattress under the futon mattress, because I don't even know if you can buy those anymore, and I don't know how much they would be even if you could, you know. But it's pure magic. Anyway, yeah, so I got off track. So yeah, a very strange thing started to happen after a prolonged period of time and adjusting to this new way of sleeping. Yeah. So what started to happen was we were experiencing those old injuries from years ago that we thought were healed, including things like my knee that I dislocated. The pain was coming back in that. It's like old football injuries that Ian had, you know, that pain was coming back. And it's like, what is going on? This is, you know, it's that classic thing. This is supposed to be healing me. What's going on? But what we very quickly realized is that remnant come to the surface, you know, because that's what the combination of amber, and we also put copper around the bed as well. So copper is amazing, corresponds to water. So it's that's the flushing away bit, yeah. Is as this stuff would come up, and we would literally, I suppose you could say, put a light on it and say, okay, this was obviously an old injury that didn't heal in a holistic way, yeah. So the remnant of that would come up and very quickly dissipate, which was, it was quite amazing actually. And I think a lot of us are experiencing that now. And I think some of the things that are coming up for us right now aren't even from this lifetime, possibly. And I know that, you know, some of the people that I've spoken to, it's coming up in different ways. So, you know, my experience of the other night when that solar storm kicked off, it was literally half an hour before it kicked off, I was getting that feeling of, you know, around my neck of being strangled, which was, you know, it's horrible. So I had to really get a hold of myself and not fly into panic mode, you know. I'm going to die. No, you're not. Don't worry. It's just energy moving through. You're okay. I really talked myself down on that one.
There was a block there, and that's why it affected you.
There was what? Sorry, Kevin?
There was some sort of block there, so the energy couldn't flow through properly.
Absolutely, 100%. Like a pinball machine. So, think of the energy moving through as the pinball, and as it's hitting certain things, everything's shaking and moving, and it's very unpleasant when it does that. But I think the more we kind of recognize that as a thing, and we allow these things to dissipate, to come to the surface and dissipate, because the physical body is the last place that it resides. So it begins in the etheric body, comes through, and then the last place it lands is the physical. And as it's leaving the physical body, that's it. You can say cheerio to that. And you can always set intentions for that. You can talk to the part of you that's bigger and sees everything, and you can ask it to help break those things down. And then don't forget to ask for help to wash it clear as well, because that's think of it like a blocked toilet.
And then it's no part of all that is within yourself. You've transcended it or alchemized it.
Absolutely. Yeah, so if you think of it like a blocked toilet, when you're plunging it, you don't leave it there, do you? You push the flush button and it goes away. Don't leave it in the toilet bowl, for goodness sake. Because what happens is it will just come back together and create another block. So don't forget to set the intention to flush it away. Yeah.
Don't leave any pee in your fountain.
Don't leave any pee in your fountain. Absolutely. So before I carry on, because the other card was initiation, which is another really interesting card, I just want to throw it open and see if anyone's kind of having those kind of experiences at the moment where old stuff seemingly is coming back up. But what I will say before I open the door is that it's always a remnant. Yeah, if you've healed that thing to the point where for example, it didn't return for 10 years, or it's kind of briefly returned when you begin to let your body completely relax, then I say that's not the actual thing. That's a remnant. It's the footprint, not the boot. Yeah, if that makes sense. And yes, I did nick that from Doctor Who. I love it. It's the footprint, not the boot. So yeah, let's open the door and see if anyone wants to comment on what I've been talking about. If you've been experiencing anything like that.
Angie, I pulled some cards. The lady is a matronly lady by the river.
That's the Empress, isn't it?
Yeah, the lady in the Druidcraft. And then once again, we have the Eight of Swords and the Prince of Swords. The same as the other day when you showed that cover of the book. We got the Prince of Swords back again. But because the lady doesn't know better, she can't become the Empress yet, because she's dealing with something within that's non-conducive to coming to fruition as the lady.
So the Prince of Swords, just remind me, is the same as the Page or the Knight? I can't remember in that deck.
Oh, it'd be the Knight, just like the cover of that book with the big shield,
yes,
mask on the horse.
Yes, I remember.
And, the sword at the ready. Yeah.
Yeah, so the Eight of Swords there is the pivot, isn't it? And that's the, the self-made mind cage. Yeah. The Knight of Swords.
Exactly, but almost everyone's dealing with that, Angie. Everyone.
Oh, yes, definitely. Absolutely 100%. And as they say, the best thing you can do is lose your mind, because there is no mind, essentially. There is a brain, which is one of the organs of the body, but what is the mind? You know, is there such a thing as the mind, or is there, you know, you could say that what people call the mind is the USB stick in the head, which we know can go out of control. Yeah, it spirals out like, I mean, some of the things, I mean, I'm sure you guys know this, you know, some of the things that it talks about, you know, yeah, completely insane. Off the rails, completely insane. Yeah. And when you come
It's
back
only
to
your impression of reality that could be different for everyone.
yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, there is that. But you know, when you come to a different space, when you come to a place of the now I did coin it earlier and I can't remember what I called it. I think it was something like the soul mind or something like that when we were doing our walk earlier. It's a very different experience. So when you're guided by the part of you that's bigger and sees everything, it's a very different experience to, you know, being dragged by the mind, if you like. Because essentially that's what's happening. You know, if the mind's going off on one, it's dragging you kicking and screaming, sort of. And yeah.
If I'm speaking with the mind of the spirit, the mind of the ego from someone else will come against me.
Say that again, Kevin?
If I'm speaking with the mind of the spirit, someone in the crowd might have the mind of ego, and they'll come against me every time.
Oh, ego. I thought you said eagle. I was going to say, well, ego. An eagle's good. Ego, yes. Oh, God, yeah. I mean, that stuff is off the charts at the moment.
Yeah. And I dream I'm an eagle. And I dream I can fly away. Flying high, high. Like a bird in the sky. Like an eagle that rides on the wind. You know that song?
I don't know that song, but I do now.
How about this one? Fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle. Let my spirit carry me. I love that song.
Who does that one, Kev?
What's the guy's name? Steve.
Maybe you can come back to us on that then.
Yeah, Stevie was trained by Les Paul. Can't think of his name.
Okay. The one I was singing is actually by ABBA, believe it or not.
By ABBA? Wow.
Yeah. It's
Well, how
actually
about
really
Robin Trower? I Am the Eagle.
There's probably a lot of songs we could get if we type eagle in on a search or something, but yeah. Yeah, I like what you're saying there about the soul mind, Angie.
Yeah, it's a very different experience.
Yeah, and in astrology we talk about the soul mind.
Okay.
And like the lower mind and the higher mind. You know, the higher mind when you connect to source and your higher self versus the sort of lower ego-driven mind.
Oh, it's Steve Miller. Steve Miller.
Oh yeah, Steve Miller. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, so absolutely. And on the tree of life, you've got the lower mind and the higher mind as well. And of course, that's all connected, isn't it? So,
yeah.
And in astrology, we connect like through the moon, because the symbol for the moon is the symbol for soul mind.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little knowledge nugget about that soon.
Cool.
But I pulled the card. Yeah, I pulled the card as well. When
yeah.
you were talking. Right away, deck 6 of Wands.
I like that.
Says the querent has worked hard to reach a certain level of success, and about a kind of merchant returning home with the rewards of all his endeavours and all that kind of thing. But it was reversed, which says there are delays that may affect the outcome of important decisions. So you may be holding back your own victory celebration. So I can think of a few things that applies to.
Okay.
Interesting you said about things coming back. It's like, I've been feeling the solar, class solar flare, and and I'm sure we've all been affected with the internet, especially, airborne signal internet rather than hardwired.
Yeah, because I know Andy CB was like down.
Still is. The propagation's absolutely flat.
Really?
We've got a guy out over in Brazil, and it's the same over there in Brazil as well.
Wow.
And, he's just been saying, absolutely dead everywhere. No propagation. There's always the odd one or two that come through, but it's nothing compared to what it was a week ago. So absolutely.
And by the way, talking of that, if you go on the ISS YouTube, whether you think it's CGI or not, there's a great video of the aurora, massive aurora in the atmosphere from this flare.
Oh wow!
From the space. Yeah, so that's worth checking. It's huge. It's crazy.
Wow!
So it really shows how much material there is going in, to the atmosphere. But when you said about things coming back, today I had a message from the girl I was seeing in sort of Scorpio Sagittarius time, and I haven't really heard from her much since she went back north to Sweden. But today she sent me a really nice voicemail, so which was cool because I was hoping she would come back in some way, and she has. And I have a feeling she might, from what she's saying, she might be popping back for a visit sometime in the not too distant future.
Cool.
He's letting us Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck, so that's.
There you go, Ace of Wands.
Nice, that's what we want. Yeah, and I'm also in touch with my ex before her kind of thing, who's having a rough time at the moment. So that's been nice as well. So I gotta say, and actually, with that one, we split up 10 years ago in 2016. So when you were talking about that.
Oh wow! Yeah.
I might have to have a look at the transits and see what's going on there, because there might be a cycle. Repeating from back then,
Yeah.
There was a possible timeline shift in 2016.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There certainly was for me. I went to Guatemala, and the whole timeline seemed to change doing that. Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely. So bang on.
Excellent. Has anyone else got anything they want to share around 2016, or what they're experiencing at the moment in terms of remnants?
I retired in 2016.
Oh wow!
My days of partying were over.
And,
2016 was the year that I stopped being a wild rover, stopped living in the van, and became a housebound creature.
Ah.
Well, happy birthday, dude.
Wow, that's really cool.
Gene Decode told me Hillary Clinton blew up the earth without telling us. So God reset the timeline because she wasn't allowed to do that. So that's what happened. That's according to Gene Decode. I don't know if you know who he is. Oh, yes, that was the that was also the elections in America, wasn't it, where Trump won?
Yes. And 2016 would have been a 9-year endings, which was what last year was as well. How mad is that, folks? That's pretty bonkers, isn't it?
The numbers.
Yeah. Well, the numbers don't lie, do they? Really? Numbers are numbers.
Yeah, gematria is just as much of a tool as tarot or runes or whatever.
Absolutely. Hi, Val.
Hi, Angie. Yeah, not particularly about 2016, but I have noticed, especially this week after that flipping storm, the geomagnetic storm, I mean.
Yeah.
My body in the morning has really hurt, and I haven't actually had that particularly for a long time. So that again, it feels like I'm going back. It's almost like it feels like I've done a bloody marathon in my sleep. So I'm wondering if that's like a remnant that's come up with this storm to be gotten rid of. That would be nice.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think it's easy to kind of we're taught to believe that if this stuff comes back, then somehow we've done something wrong, or it didn't work, or whatever.
Exactly.
And it's not. It's a remnant. Yeah.
Which is a nice thought, so thank you for that reminder. Yeah.
That's all right. That's I've experienced this firsthand. The remnants that come back when you think, oh, it's healed and it's done. And the other example I have was my wrist. So I know that healed holistically, healed in a whole way. So I don't get any issues with it. It doesn't ache in the cold. There's nothing, because it healed. I healed it in a holistic way. I actually healed it on the quantum level, because I would kind of like imagine the bone coming apart and then going back, because I saw the X-ray, so I knew what it was that needed to be done. So that's what I would do, and then I would mirror it. I was using breath work to heal it. I was using nettle to heal it, and I was using frequency tuning forks. Because I'll tell you something, if you've ever got a cast on your leg or whatever, makes a really good sound echo chamber for tuning forks. So I was using it to its full potential. So that's how I know the difference between when the original thing happens, if you heal it holistically, to if you've not quite got all of it. So there might be a little bit that slips through the cracks, so to speak. Which is then what comes back when everything's pushed to the surface. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and also I think like when you get a remnant or a little throwback or a flash of the past, whatever you want to call it, it's really good. It's a really good reminder that you have healed and you have moved on. You know how different you feel now to how you did then with the same issue. Time is a healer, and you look back and you're in total despair about this thing back then, but now it's back in your life and you're totally fine with it. It's really great to realize how much you've moved on. So I think that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I pulled 3 more cards for clarity, and I got Princess of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the 3 of Swords again. There's more swords.
Okay. So what do those cards mean for you, Kevin?
That the work isn't done within for a collective.
Yeah, and I think one of the big things that we all I don't want to say struggle with, but I think it's because we're not taught any of this. You know, the shaman are few and far between, scattered across the earth, a bit like, you know, the rings of of power in the Lord of the Rings. You know, they're scattered everywhere. So we're not taught this, and I think one of the things that we can find difficult is to find that true alignment. You know, to the part of us that is bigger and sees everything. I think it's, you know, when everything around us is saying 3 of Swords, you know, everything is terrible, everything hurts you, you know, everything is a emotional roller coaster, you know. But actually, there's a middle card there, the High Priestess. That's who we actually are, you know. We're not even a Princess of Pentacles. We are the High Priestess. You know, the Princess of Pentacles, that'd be the Page. You know, that's, yeah, we always think that we've got to learn something else. You know, we've got to learn how to do something more, you know, but we don't. We just need to align with the energy of the High Priestess and realize that
you think you're the Princess of Pentacles, but in actuality you're the High Priestess.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. And I would say that everything that's happening at the moment, so back to this card, this initiation card, it's all like one big initiation. It's like we're in a massive coven and we're having an initiation ceremony right now. And it can feel like a baptism of fire, if you like, sometimes, especially when we have solar storms like that going on. It's all a bit so what was it? I was going to say something around, I can't remember. No, it's gone. So yeah, intention, initiation. So let's grab a spirit animal card, shall we? These are really lovely cards. The name of the deck is the Spirit Animals Oracle. So there are knockoffs around, which I do not endorse with this deck, because the original deck is big cards. It has a beautiful book with it, and it has a card reading layout, foldy uppy thing in it as well. Because I did fall for the knockoff ones, and they are awful. Oh my Lord. Okay, guys, you're not going to believe this. Oh my Lord. Oh my goodness. You are not going to. This is just, I love it. I love it. Okay, are you ready? Da, 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 da. We have the eagle. We have the eagle. Mastery. Okay, you ready?
Amazing.
This is crazy, isn't it? So what it says is you are on a, it says a spiritual journey. I'd say a journey of spirit. Yeah, it's a bit different. Beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. So it's funny because earlier on, I was talking to Val about my memory not being that good. Yeah, because, you know, it's like you forget words, you know, it's like, what's the word I'm looking for? Or, you know, it's like classic one when I was a kid. So it's not even an age thing. This was when I was a child. I'd walk upstairs and I'd have a bowl in my hand. It's like, why have I got a bowl in my hand? I don't know. So that should have gone in the kitchen and then go upstairs and get dressed. It's like, okay. So yeah, this idea of we must remember everything. Yeah, we must remember everything. And if you can't remember it, write it down. Yeah. I think that is another that's another USB in the head moment right there. Yeah. Because if we are truly connected to the part of us that is bigger and sees everything, to source, whatever you want to call that, yeah, we would never have to remember anything. We could call on that information and we would just know it, wouldn't we? So yeah, it was a conversation I had with Val this morning sparks this really big conversation with Ian about, how does that happen? How does that happen that we are kind of programmed to believe that we have to remember everything, and if you don't remember something, then there's something wrong with you? Oh, well, what a load of cobblers. Yeah, what a load of cobblers. Because like I said, if we are connected, yeah, then you can actually forget everything, because everything you would ever need would be, I say, at your fingertips, at your I don't even know what you call that, would be coming in through your crown chakra. There we go. That's exactly what it would be. So do we need to remember anything? Do you know, I don't know.
This ancient statue I have a print of, it's of an eagle killing a snake. So it's very symbolic.
Yeah.
What you're talking about.
Yeah. So if the snake represents the transformation, because the snake sheds its skin, yeah, then after that comes the mastery, I would say.
I think that's what that statue is trying to tell us. I don't know why I printed it, but it's over there.
That's very cool. You are on a journey of spirit beyond the sky. So that tells me that's the void space, because the void space is beyond all that stuff. Let go of the past and soar. So when you stop trying to see, even memory, that's that remembering again. It's like we have to remember those people, places, things, and experiences. We have to remember those. Even dreams, we have to remember them, because what happens if we don't remember them? It's really interesting, isn't it, when you start looking at all the things that you have to remember. It's quite interesting. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Well, I'd say that's talking about there is allowing your higher self to come through and direct you. Yeah, because that is you. Yeah, the real you, if you like.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we were talking on a show the other day about writing lists, and I used to write lists of everything because I was worried about forgetting. So that's coming from a place of fear.
Yeah.
Whereas I just stopped writing lists one day, and I just found I remembered all the things that I needed to remember without writing anything down at all.
Saves a lot of paper as well, doesn't it?
The same thing with this. I don't use a list anymore either.
Yeah, man. It's so liberating, right? And you just don't worry about it. You let go. And it's like having stuff figuratively stored in the cloud. If you think of data, it's like everything's in the cloud of spirit. So we don't need to remember anything, because when we need to have that information, our guides and our higher self will send it through to us. And we let them do that, and we don't have to worry about it.
Absolutely. Yeah, because even, when people call the body a vessel, well, a vessel is, it's not always full up, is it? It's empty most of the time, actually. And if we're trying to allow energy to move through us, to kind of wake up those parts of us that need realigning, if you like, then, you know, we don't want lots of shit clogging up like the toilet. Back to the toilet again. We don't want literally shit clogging the toilet, do we? It's really interesting.
It's like having RAM and ROM in it and trying to keep everything in your RAM, and it gets full, and then the processor slows down, and you can't do anything.
Yeah.
But if you put stuff in the ROM instead, which is like leave it in the cloud with your ISO, then keep your RAM nice and free, and then stuff can flow through it really easy then.
So I've just got something here from Ian. Let me read it. So he says, we fall into the lake of Avalon and float out to the ley lines of the great work, the craft. Following intuition, we weave through our day and life, hence the witch walk. Our brooms clear the way, absolutely. We are wearing the cloak of the toxic magicians through programming. That's the USB stick in the head. The cloak is laid over our aura. Yes, it's an overlay. Joseph and his multicolored dream coat hints at our aura being multicolored. Sorry, at our aura. Sorry, Ian is dyslexic, so bear with me while I translate. Hints at our aura, multicolored being cleared of programming. Forgetting is evolution. Yeah. I like that. Thank you, Ian. He's disappeared again. What do we think, guys? Forgetting is evolution. What do you think?
I forget. What did you say?
Nice one, Kevin. I like that.
Yeah, forget it. I think it's more about just not trying to remember. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Just letting go without desire. And like even saying, you know, I mustn't forget. You're better off saying, I'm going to remember, you know. Right, to make it positive, you know, rather than negative.
Yeah. Or you could go.
I'll forget for sure.
Or you could go. You could go one step further and say, I'll just get in alignment.
Yeah, like a twat. Sorry if you don't know what that means. Thoughts, words, actions aligned totally. Twat.
Okay.
So always go grocery shopping in alignment with your higher self, or else. And don't go shopping when you're hungry.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or if you're tripping, that's not good either.
You might end up with more cakes than you should have. I'm eating some now.
I remember many years ago, in my very early 20s, dropping some acid, and then a friend of mine decided, yeah, we're going to drive to the 24-hour petrol station. I'm like, what? He said, no, I'm going to set us all a challenge. So each of us had a challenge. We had to go into this petrol station and buy something without falling down in a heap. That was very weird.
What did you have to pick, Angie?
A crunchy. I had to buy a crunchy bar. I'll never forget that. So weird.
Not much sugar then, just only a little bit of sugar there in one of those, right?
I have no idea. I didn't eat it. I couldn't eat. If I was tripping, I couldn't eat. It wasn't something I could do.
Well, that would be mind-blowing to eat a crunchy bar. Believe me, I've had them.
Yeah.
When you're tripping, though.
Yeah.
No, maybe anything.
Yeah.
When you're stoned, yeah, but not when you're tripping. But yeah, about 60% sugar they are, I think, crunchy.
Oh, blimey. I can't remember the last time I ate a crunchy bar. They're not vegan, are they? So, you know, very little chocolate is vegan. So, yeah. Anyway, does anyone have any... What was that, sorry?
I said it's not, that's not really chocolate, is it?
Oh, no, no, definitely not.
Yeah.
It's sponge toffee. That's what makes it go crackle in your mouth.
Yeah. No, you can't go wrong with cacao. Love cacao. Brilliant. Anyway, has anyone got any last thoughts, last words, everybody, last words?
I knew a farmer once, and he had a really bad stutter. So I said, "What are you doing tonight?" He said, "I'm having a cow ceremony."
Oh, I got some famous last words.
Was that it, Kevin?
If anybody's wondering why I posted a picture of a car up, when I first looked at Angie's initiation card, the first thing that I saw was a car.
Yes, it does look like a car.
And it was more or less an Ansel mob car, which is what that one is that I've posted.
Oh, wow. It does look like a car, doesn't it? Like the old 1930s. Love it.
Yeah. Wacky races.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does look the same, Andy. I see that, yeah.
Wow.
Until you zoom in, that you realise, yeah, it's not a car with white wheels.
Yeah. It's very cool.
It looks like it.
Yeah, maybe. Could be. Yeah. Very
Looks
cool.
like a time traveling car with the way those wheels are.
Could be. Could be. Indeed.
Nah, it looks nothing like a DeLorean. It's a Tartarian DeLorean.
Oh, right. Okay. It's a Tartarian DeLorean. Okay.
It doesn't look like it could get up to 88 miles an hour, does it?
Oh, I don't know.
Downloads from the sun.
It's got special wheels.
So you don't know.
It's got special wheels. It doesn't actually go along the road. It floats.
They only had to go 44.
Okay.
And the little feet are running along the ground.
Yeah, it does look a bit like that.
Like the Flintstones.
Yes, that was the Flintstones. I used to love the Flintstones. Very cool. Indeed.
That's the Great Gazoo.
I don't know what that is, Kevin. I can hear Tobias snoring.
Oh, it's a little like Martian thing that Fred used to get advice from.
Okay. I don't remember that.
Maybe that's the Canadian edition.
Could be.
They only made very rare appearances. If you missed an episode, you might miss them.
Okay. That's funny. Okay, folks. So I think we've covered some really interesting things there through intention and initiation, and then the eagle card. That was just mental. That was the eagle, and that is a that's not a golden eagle, is it? That's the American eagle. I don't know if it has a proper name. Kevin, do you know?
Yeah, it's called the American eagle, the brown-headed one. Yeah.
What was that?
From the Muppet Show.
Oh yes, from the Muppet Show. Yes, but he was blue, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's right. And he was very up himself, very pretentious.
Yeah, he's a bit grumpy as well, isn't he? If I remember rightly.
And I'll tell you something else as well the other day. You know when you told us about the Sapphire and Steel YouTube thingamajig?
Yep.
I ended up watching an hour's worth of Ivor the Engine.
Oh, wow.
I found Ivor the Engine. I'm like, woohoo!
Oh. I used to love that noise.
When Trump landed in Davos yesterday, he released a video. The Eagle has landed at 107.
Oh my goodness.
107.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a bit mad. So eagles are everywhere at the moment, you could say. Wow. That's very cool.
Yeah, but like with the engine, you chose a steam on it and dye milk and all them lots. Like you
And the dragon, don't forget the dragon.
Yeah.
Oh wow. That's very cool.
Oh, I got a shout out from Trump from Davos. He used my name.
He used your name, Kevin.
Yeah, he does that on occasion. He knows me.
Oh, that's funny.
Which name did he use, Kevin? Oh, my name. He said Kevin.
Oh.
Kevin or something like that.
It's funny. Brilliant. That dog's snoring like a trooper, Andy.
No, it's a shallow snore this evening. It's not that bad, to be fair.
Ah, okay.
He's not been wanting to go out today at all because of the weather. So I dragged him out. He wasn't happy with me.
Well, he just coming across loud and clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on the side of the arm now, next to me. Head downwards. His favourite position. And yeah, he's fine.
Are you two sitting in the dark again, mate?
We are indeed. Apart from I left the kitchen light on. I've got one of them LED lights that change colour with a little remote control device, and I've put it in the kitchen because if I get up in the middle of the night, the last thing I want is a big bright light. So what I've done is I've put it on orange and put it on sort of midway, so it's a nice dim, warm orange light. So it's not blazing and it's not dull. It's just nice. It's perfect.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to have loads of light wake yourself up.
Yeah, well, this is it. You know, you stay half asleep and you can get back in bed, and then before you know it, you're back to sleep again. But if you have a big bright light, it's sort of like it jump starts the senses, and all of a sudden you're awake, and it'll take you an hour to get back off again. So yeah, I do that sort of half and half sleeping, walking and walk to the toilet or whatever, kitchen, middle of the night, come back, still half asleep, keep it going, and then get back in bed and rejoin the dream state wherever you was when you left it.
Cool.
Yeah, well, I got a suggestion for you then, even better than that.
Go on.
If you wake up for a pee in the night, just keep a plastic bottle next to your bed, keep that, and then you don't have to get out of bed even.
Well, yeah, there is that, yeah.
And then you can sing, in a bottle.
No, I missed the bottle. I'm not doing that.
You don't be missing the ball. Oh my lord.
Listen, I have incandescent lights on my bedside table and in the bathroom, so it's a much softer light. Yeah, not bright. I like salt lamps for that as well. I have a quarry of salt lamps, and when I'm in the mood, I'll put those on, and they're beautiful. They have a very warm orangey glow.
Very cool. I have magic lights, which we got for the dog because he couldn't see where he was going in the dark in the end. So they're what do they call? You move and they switch on, and they're very subdued light. So I like those. I've got them in the kitchen now. It's like I don't use other lights in the kitchen anymore. I just wave my arms around and light appears. It's really cool.
Oh, my friend Karen, she got this bidet / toilet that she doesn't even let her husband use. Use the other toilet, Joe. But it lifts the lid when she arrives. The lights come on. I think music too.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's a bidet, so it washes her, and it shuts the lid, shuts off as she walks away. She calls it her throne, and no, Joe, use the other toilet.
That's funny.
Sounds like a posher version of my wash and blow dry loo.
Wash and blow dry loo.
Mine doesn't light up though.
Wow.
She had it imported from West Germany because her son lives there, and he had one.
Wow.
Another one.
Wow. That's something else, that, isn't it? You really can call that the throne room.
Don't go in there, Joe.
I wonder if he sneaks in the middle of the night.
I expect so.
She let him use it. He almost killed himself, broke his tailbone, he's healed, and 2 broken wrists. So she let him use it for him.
How did he manage to do that?
That's mad. That's mad. That is.
I'm supposed to sit on it, not dance on it.
You can see the headlines now. Man nearly kills himself using B-Day.
Yeah.
What?
He fell off the moving truck platform, and the safe missed his head by an inch. Oh, goodness.
Crikey.
He's okay now, though.
Are you sure about that? He nearly killed himself using a B-Day. Oh dear, that's funny. Well, folks, it's now 7 minutes past 7. 7. Look at that. 7.
8 equals 7 equals 9. 9 rules them all. So on that note, almost time to go, right?
Yeah, do you want to wrap it up there with some mystic words of wisdom, Angie?
Mystic words of wisdom. Do I have any mystic? Okay, I'm gonna cut the animal deck. We have the dog. Oh, Murphy, thank you. So it says, today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose happiness. I am protector and friend. That's so cute. And that's the dog card. Doo-doo-doo.
Mystic words of wisdom.
So I'm trying to get the screen down so I can post this blooming. There we go. My phone doesn't like working at the moment. Here we go. Here's the doggy card. So that's Smurf coming through right there. Smurfy's message to you all. I like that. That's very cool. So yeah, here endeth the witch walk.
Can I? Oh, okay. Yeah, witness you're eating.
A big dog is the inverse of God, so it must have been made for us.